He's only 22 years old. He owns a logistics and moving company. When I met him, I was really impressed by his warrior mindset and his commitment to stay strong, both physically and in business. He showed me that a business idea does not need to be complex. All what you have to do is to keep it simple and do it well. His company's mission is very simple, moving stuff from A to B. To learn more about his journey in the moving business, listen to this episode of the Montrepreneur Podcast. Okay, Tim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for being my guest.
You're welcome. Proud to be here.
Yeah, me too. You told me you have an interesting entrepreneur story. I'm very excited to hear that. Would you like to share it?
Yeah, so I own my own moving and logistics company, which I've run for now almost 2.5 years. So the story behind it is pretty, like the most businesses get born. I was working at a moving company in Amsterdam with my friends, which I also do my own company now. Working there, and we noticed we have to do all the work is done by us, by ourselves. So we drive to the customers, we talk with customers, we let them pay. So we create the invoices, we do everything, and the people that work there, so was I, got to see all the invoices. So we knew what we get paid, and we see what they had to charge them. So it was like they are paying like 10 times the fee that we were being paid for that job. So everyone just working there, it didn't feel right to me. It just, because I knew the owner, not personally, but I knew sometimes he will come in his fancy Mercedes, he will pull up, and the feeling of me just, that like doing the work for him, I am working on his dream.
Yeah, sure.
It didn't feel right. So I was working there for I think 2 or 3 months, and then I already decided I want to make this business work for my own, because I really like the moving. I like to move people. I like you get to talk with people, you get to hear their stories as well, and you're doing them the favor and you're relieving them from the stress they have, because moving is of course a big thing. So with that mindset, I started the own company of mine. It's called MuscleMovers. We're in Amsterdam, but of course, when you start off, you have no clients, you have nothing. You start from 0.0.
Yeah.
And already there's a lot of moving businesses everywhere, so as well in Amsterdam. So you need to earn your place. So that's why I was thinking of a name, maybe something it had to do with something with muscle, because of course it's a job that requires a little strength. So with that thinking, I started MuscleMovers with friends of mine, three great friends of mine. And they always tell me don't mix business with friends. I've heard it a lot. But I think this is different. I've known them for over 10 years. And they have a very likewise mindset that I have. Yeah. 2 of them are now for the army, so it's done nothing from Marines, and the other one is for commandos is very heavy. So their mindset of regarding work is like 10 out of 10. Yeah. So that's very useful, of course, as in a business.
Fighter mindset.
Yeah, you need the mindset to make this work. So of course, I don't qualify to be a Marine or anything in the army. I will never say that, but I try to keep up with them, with their physical shape. So. And with that mindset, they have like you do 100% or you do 0%. There's no in between. Yeah. So I cannot do, for work, I cannot do half. I want to do full, I want to do nothing. Yeah. So I started with this company, and no clients, no nothing. And I went to reach out to multiple businesses, other moving companies, asking them if they had any jobs they couldn't take. But it was because they are short-staffed, or they just couldn't take it, or it was too difficult. Bring them to me. Yeah. I'll do the job for you. You get to make the invoice. I'll charge my own fee, which is way less than all the other moving companies in the Netherlands and Amsterdam. So you get the profits in between. Yeah. So the difference between my invoice and their invoice, which my invoice is way lower because I was just starting, of course. So he agreed. Upon noting out to multiple businesses, one agreed. It was a big job. It was from Haarlem all the way into Austria. And it was a job that would require at least 3 days of work and required at least 2 people. So the job the guy just didn't have the people available for 3 days to lose.
So you just jumped in,
Yeah, so I jumped in. I took all the risk, of course. I did a job for very cheap, but it was a kickstart. So I had a buffer to. I needed some money because I wanted to make some money. So this helped This helped. It was from this moment when we finished. It was born. So we could start. Finally, we could start. Now, all of us were still students, as I'm still now. So it was, of course, difficult with making this plan work. So I took a semester off. So for 5 months, I was fully focused on making this work. So I had to update the website. The website had to be perfect. I wanted to be no flaws. I wanted to copy the websites. Not fully copy, of course, but like somewhat of the same website as moving companies that are doing very well. Because I'm always I always want to do things in my own way. But of course, you have to
delegate work at some times. I mean, you cannot do everything as a business owner.
Exactly. I cannot do anything myself. So with that mindset, I try to copy a little bit of the styles of the existing doing well companies, which work very well. We have a very nice website. That's what the most important thing, of course, for businesses is their website. Even if they are doing, like I do, their jobs in real life, their website has to be on point. So, now we could finally start the business, start doing some advertising. We were experimenting with it as well. What we see is like the moving business is something that goes on all the time of the year.
Yeah, forever.
It's not something that has a period of like in September or in November or during Christmas or something. It's like moving happens all the time. So it's a business that keeps going. Everyone moves, everyone has to move, and people don't want to do it themselves because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I did some advertising, and with 50 euros of advertising just to try it out. It was an accident as well, so I didn't know I was having it on for multiple days. I've gained 2 or 3 more clients in a few days, and with the 50 euros of ad spend, generated so much more sales, so much more money. So the fact that it worked so quick was just it felt so good to see it working. So I still was working on the jobs itself. So
I mean, how did you grow the company after that? I mean, from that point on, from the first clients, etc., what did you do next?
Well,
where are you at this moment?
Yeah, I was still just working on site as well. So still working. Also, if I didn't have any clients, I will still work for the partners I still have right now. I've gained more partners over the years. So if they are short-staffed, I will step in, or I will bring some of my colleagues to step in to make it work. And I've always bring the best colleagues, and the guys that work for me are. Yeah. I'm sure every business owner says their colleagues are the best, but I really want them to make the clients feel safe and secure and relieve the stress. So I still work on jobs itself. Of course, not now because I'm in Barcelona for my internship for 5 months. But to make it grow, I had, of course, the only thing I need is more staff. So
sales
staff. So more people that work for me. So,
staff.
Which was difficult, of course. But it had to. Every moving company struggles with the staff they have. So,
but what stops you from growing up your team?
Not much, but the finding people that really want to work, because it's hard. It's really hard work. It's not like you can just do, like I said, like 50%. You have to do 100%, and sometimes you find the people that you know they won't work 100%, and I don't want them. I'm very picky with who I want to work for me. Yeah. So the people that work for me now always give 100%, and that's what I want. I don't want people that work 50%, and if I get the indication that they do want to work 50%, I don't want it. I really don't want it. So, but my company is still growing. Of course, I'm not at a point where I can just lay back now and everything is sorted. No, I'm still working on it. But I have the feeling that it can grow very fast in a very short period of time. So when I come back from Barcelona, everything is now set, and we still have like clients around 2 to 3 jobs a week now. So we're doing very well. And the thing I like with this company, with the business, is the people you move come back as well. So I move other companies as well. So a company that's in a hotel and they have to move from one office space to another office space a lot of time because of the construction, and they keep coming back. They keep coming back because they like to work with us. And that's something what I want to create with the business. Just not only to move, boom, 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 and we're out and it's finished. I want to really create a bondingship with the clients itself. So that's where I'm at now. I'm still growing. So I would love to come back in a year from now and see where I'm at. I'm sure I'll be way farther than I'm at now. I'm 100% sure. So that's the business for now, the moving business.
What was like the biggest challenge in the whole journey? I mean, you mentioned you started at 2021, right?
Yeah.
So 3 years. I mean, what was like the biggest challenge growing up the business and set up?
I think just
everything.
The start was the most tough. But I think because I was not even experienced one bit with having my own business. Neither were my parents. They didn't know a lot about business. So just to start is scary, of course.
It is, yeah.
Because you don't know where to go. You don't know anything. So I think the most difficult part was to start, and then reaching out to people like.
How did you do the reach out?
I did it by email. Of course, I know a lot of people will say you have to do it by calling. I agree, calling is more effective. At the time, I didn't know because I was completely new in the space. So I sent a lot of emails, and a close friend of my mother. Close friend, like a friend of my mother. He has his own moving company, so I went to him for advice, of course. So I came to him, I talked with him about it, and he was very excited, of course. Yeah. But I had no clue about how I was being a mover still for like 6 or 7 months. Only started, and I told him I was only been moving people for 6 or 7 months for another company. So he was quite shocked. Like, why are you already starting your moving company? But it felt right. I felt like this would work, and I'm very picky with business ideas, and I thought this would really work, and it did really work.
Okay.
So just reaching out by email, and then this friend from my mother came up, which gave me the first job to Austria. So reaching out by email was for me the most effective part. Just copy, paste, send, and
cool. And if you had like the chance to build this business again, would you choose the same industry, and would you change something?
If I would start over again, I would choose 100% the same industry. Only I would change the emailing to cold calling. Just calling, because the emailing was not effective at all. Some people said, yeah, it sounds good, I will let you know, but they never let me know.
Yeah.
Just calling, it feels more personal as well between the other company. I'm completely new, so if I send an email to another company saying, hey, I just started my own company, if you have any job, blah, 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 it doesn't sound really trustworthy. So calling, I suggest more calling. It's also a skill you have to learn. You have to learn how to cold call. I'm mostly that, I think. But I will choose the same business 100%. Yeah.
Good. It was very loud. Okay, no problem. What do you think, I mean, in 5 years, where are you going to be, or your business?
Ooh, it's a difficult question, of course.
Because you told me like in 12 months, you're going to be like, you already moved forward, but I mean, what does that mean to you?
Of course, I cannot track my progress from 5 years. I cannot see where I'm at 5 years, but I see myself as very hardworking, and I'm sure everyone always says I'm very hardworking, but truly I try to separate myself from the rest, not only by business, but also by training. I train 7 days a week. I train every day. So not only, but also with my internship working there, I work there for free. So I'm not being paid, and I've chosen on purpose, just to me to feel like how it is to work a full-time job for free.
Okay.
It's something that I think, of course, Robert Kiyosaki, the writer of Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book goes about working for free, just not being paid anything. So I think it's very important just to have the feeling that you're doing so much work and nothing comes out. Just if you can manage that.
It's very often in the business. Usually, I mean, you go to work. If you're like employee, even if you don't do anything, you get paid. And this is the wrong frame of thinking, I think. And when I started like my own business, I was like working. And I really realized if you don't do shit, there is no shit. It's very simple. It's very stupid, or it's really very simple.
No, really, If nothing changes. So it's, I can completely imagine if I was to be paid now for this job, like a full-time, like 48 hours a week. I completely understand that I want to keep doing that. Because it feels so secure. You feel safe. You have your 100%. End of the month you'll be paid. You just do the work. You go home. You have your weekends. But I feel still. I don't like to say like. Of course, I'm nothing against people that work 40 hours a week. Nothing against them. Really. We need it in society still, but I feel like it's not really fit for me. It's I don't know. It's just.
But, I mean, this is a good point. I mean, what excites you, or what's like your drive to not go for 9 to 5 and take all the risk?
Yeah, it goes a lot deeper than that. For me, it's. I come from a wealthy family. I have a sister, a father and mother, very well loved. But the thing is, they in Netherlands you have like types of university. So and you get a test when you're 12 or 13 years old, and that chooses your whole future. I don't really like that idea, of course. So when I was 12, 13, so I had to take a test, and then you get like not low, but I'll just say, just to make it easier for talking English, like a low grade or middle grade or high grade. I got a middle grade, so you go to your high school is, you still are in a class with people that only got the middle grade, and you go on from there. So you pass your test, you pass your degree, and then you go to university. I'm at the University of Applied Sciences, but that is still following the degree you got in high school. So I'm not sure how to explain it in English, but this is the best I can do for now. So my sister got the higher degree, and she's now in University of Amsterdam. So not University of Nijmegen. So it's a higher degree. And the thing is, my bachelor will be business engineering, and it's the highest paid I can get with my degree. So I chose on purpose business engineering because it was the highest, got the highest money. Highest paid money, but still it doesn't even accumulate the same, not even 50% of the thing that my sister will earn when she finishes her university. And it's not a race, it's not a competition, but I think my father and my mother also did the high grade. So everyone in my family got the high grade except for me. I'm not saying like I'm the black sheep or something, not even close. Everyone is well loved, but the thing is, there's a certain lifestyle that my father and my mother now have, that I really look up to, and I want to have it as well. But I just won't have that with the job I will be taking. The money, I won't be able to do that. So in order to get to there, I have to do something completely different than what I'm currently doing, because it won't work for me otherwise. So I'm still studying. And people might think like, why would you still study if you have your own business? Because I want to be my worst case scenario to be other people's normal scenario. My worst case scenario is that I work a regular job, which is no problem. But still, I will have, and I know people will say you never have to have a plan B, just focus on plan A. I have plan A and I follow plan A. But I want to be able to, if anything goes wrong, and I really don't like to say it, but I'm sure nothing goes wrong, 100%. But still, I would like to have a degree, just to be sure, just to be safe.
Okay, that's sound. I mean, you mentioned like at the beginning, it's. I don't think it's just about the lifestyle and the money. It went deeper. You mentioned like at the beginning that it felt wrong to work like on the dream of other people.
Of course, yeah.
So on this side, I mean, what drives you to continue like working in your company?
Yeah, it's difficult, but I really like work from home. I've done it for like 2 years, and I cannot quite imagine now working like a job like this. For someone else and then being paid like 10% of the
Yeah.
actual invoice. It doesn't sit right with me.
I totally know this feeling. 3 years ago, I was starting my first startup, and it was like this feeling working like on something you own, and had like a team where you have like a decision-making position in that team because you own the thing. I went like 6 months in that. It was amazing, but I didn't earn any money, and it failed, and I lost like all my money like at that time. And I went into a job like full time. When I went there, I was like earning very good money. Everything is stable, but I lost the purpose. So I was like upgrading my finances, but downgrading my like lifestyle and like my feeling that I'm doing something great. And that like was very, very depressing for me. Then that drives me like really crazy. And I was like, everybody like from the outside looking, yeah, but you're earning good money. Yeah, but I don't have any purpose anymore. I'm working like on other people's dreams, and I don't even believe in their dreams. So it's really not about the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great motivation to have as well. It's a great mindset. Just, but I think some people don't mind it. Some people don't mind working for other people's dreams, which I can understand.
I mean, people are very, very different. You know, I mean, people are also like in different stages in life, you know. Some people are in stages where they look for security, and it's totally fine. And I totally understand it. Some people have like children, some people have whatever. And it's totally fine. And from my experience, I mean, I did this twice. I left a job to start a startup, and I can totally understand why it's a stupid idea. I have to speak from my own experience. I left a very, very well-paid job to do my own startup. And it's good. It's like courage, blah, blah, blah. But it's risky. From the mental health, I mean, you really need the stability, you know? I mean, if you are not like doing physically and mentally very good, you are going to affect other things you are doing in your life. And I totally understand why a lot of people say it's a stupid idea. And, you know, I'm not saying like what people should do or not to do, but yeah, I mean, it's hard. Yeah.
It is very hard. People always think like when you have a business, it's like you have to work. But I think working on a business is double the work.
It's double the work. It's more rewarding, but I think it's at the beginning at least it's more rewarding, like in purpose, not in numbers.
Yeah.
But you have to have this mentality, as you said, to work very, very long time without getting like rewarded from the outside and still keep going.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because if you work like 1 year and you didn't earn any money and you don't believe in the business you're working on, so you're probably gonna quit. And this is very important to understand and to put like the right expectation from the beginning.
Yeah, I agree, completely agree. Yeah. It's difficult. I understand people want to, like I said, work 9 to 5, and I don't like the whole social media thing going on right now. That people are very against 9 to 5. So
yeah, I mean,
we need the dentists, we need the doctors. It keeps the economy alive. We need them. So going against them is like a very weird thing to me. I couldn't understand it. I do understand what you're saying. I think we have a little bit of shift, like in the working world. Yeah.
A lot of people are against that because they want like more like time freedom, etc. I think you can like, how to say, I mean, even if you're a doctor, so you can also like choose the time where you want to open your, like, I don't know how to say it in English, but I mean the place where you work, your
yeah,
you know. Yeah. I mean, it's how to say. I mean, it's like proposal and demand. You know, I mean, you propose like, okay, I want to work like these times, and people can say, okay, I will come like to your place at these times. You know, I don't know. I mean, I noticed that there is a shift. I understand like why we need like a lot of jobs 9 to 5, like or maybe like 24 hours or 3 shifts, but a lot of them, I mean, you have like possibilities to do, not to do 9 to 5.
Yeah, of course, everyone has. And I'll suggest to everyone as well to at least try to make a business work. Yeah, I think everyone has an idea at some point. It's an idea to make something work, and it just to cut the rope and just go for it. is something that you need to have. You have it or you don't have it. I'm sure of that. So
I get what you mean, but I think what's more important is like really to understand what you want, because it could be like good for you, but it's like very, very bad for someone else, you know?
Exactly.
So understanding if it's the right thing for you or not is very, very important. That's the hardest part, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then if you understand like what you want, just do it, you know? And don't like look at other people, don't compare, just say, okay, this is the right thing for me. I believe in that. I just do it.
Yeah.
This is my opinion. That.
Yeah, exactly. Never compare. Comparison is the thief of joy. I'll never compare to, if I would compare myself to other business owners constantly, I would be finished.
Yeah, I
by
mean,
now.
what works. I mean, the move that can saves you on the chessboard can kill me if I played it, you know? So
Exactly. Yeah.
it is what it is.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What is the biggest lesson you learned on the whole journey?
I think it's been talked about many other times. Nice question, great question. I think it's people buy from people they like, and I know there's not even close to anything regarding my business, but still I move people, and they come back, and that's something I really enjoy. I really enjoy people coming back to me because that shows me that my work has done good, and you know also with any other types of jobs, people want to hire people they like as well. So and also just start. The biggest advice: just start. In 5 years, you'll say, "I wish I started younger," but today is as young as you get. So it's.
This is a good saying.
Yeah. It's.
But this is a good point. I mean, like. If you want to do the job, do it great. Hello, your friend. I hope you can see it in the camera. Okay, you want to join the podcast?
I want to talk. Want to say.
Do you have your own business? Okay, but yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed talking to you, and I really appreciate that you're one of the first 5 guests I have.
I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, I really wish you all luck with all the business and on the personal level as well.
Thank you.
Tim, nice to meet you.
Perfect.
Thanks a lot.